Hey guys, AJ here, back on another one. So today we're going to look at an article from Collider magazine that sums up the terrible year of Hollywood crap that was 2022. And for you guys who don't know, I'm a huge film buff. I always have been. I also like comic books and just anything just nerdy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just really annoyed with Hollywood and just this current state of woke crap that's out there. And this article pretty much sums up everything that drives me crazy about current Hollywood and why I'm glad that Hollywood's basically losing its ass when it comes to theater sales. So, guys, before we jump into this, please remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It helps to keep this channel going. So, this article is called 2022 Box Office Bombs That Deserve Better. And basically, it's saying these movies bombed, but they don't understand why. And, guys, once you start getting into this list, you'll see why. So, they're saying that they noticed the astounding success of Top Gun Maverick, which is an awesome film. This is my favorite film of last year, honestly. I think that I saw it in the theater like 3 times. The movie was awesome. It was so good. And, it's one of those where it was a sequel, and you're like, how are they going to pull this off? And they pulled it off perfect. The effects were great. Tom Cruise was great, even though I don't really like Tom Cruise, but he makes some good films. But the movie was just something you just turn on, you have fun, or you go to the theater, eat some popcorn, you know what I'm saying, and have fun. That's what a movie is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be lectured for 3 hours about some woke trash. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying Avatar is making money. I'm not going to see Avatar because I saw the first one in the theater back in the day, and then I tried to watch it again, and I was like, this movie wasn't very good. I don't know, so I'm not going to watch the new Avatar. But then there were movies like Lightyear, where that movie I heard was trash. There was no way that I was going to watch that. It was garbage, right? And then it was a huge box office bomb too. And then Halloween Ends, need I say more? And then Morbius was trash. I didn't see it, but everyone I know who saw it said that it was laughably bad. Like a friend of mine went and saw it and walked out of the theater. That's how bad it was. So let's get into this list. Okay, so the first one's Babylon, and guys, I've always been one to go see movies and look. I subscribe to some movie critics on YouTube because they're some of the only ones that you can trust. Because Lord knows all these critics and these websites and stuff like Kotaku and all of them, they're all garbage, right? But I'm pretty filled in when it comes to films, and I had no clue what this movie was or what it was about. I know that it had a whole bunch of famous people in it. It had Margot Robbie in it, but dude, it bombed because I mean, what do you expect? I don't know what it was. I don't know who it was for, and it's like they were trying to rely on star power, and that just doesn't work anymore. Like Tom Cruise can sell films, yes, and then I just saw a Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. That was really good. So I guess Brad Pitt can sell films, but Margot Robbie and whoever else was in this, come on. And it's 3 hours long. Come on, man. So, and then Bros, guys, really? Come on. I mean, first of all, this guy who's in here, I think he was one of the guys that came in late to Parks and Rec, and he was that annoying guy that I didn't like. And then it was a rom-com about gay men, and it's like, who is this movie for? Rom-coms, girls like rom-coms. You're making a rom-com where there is no woman being swept off her feet by some guy. And then there's the series of mishaps where they end up hating each other first, and then they end up loving each other. That's what rom-coms are, not this. And it's funny that they're trying to say, oh, anyone that didn't like this movie or didn't go and see it is some type of phobe. And it's like, no, who is this movie for? Who is the audience here? I'm not surprised that this is trash, right? And that it bombed. So, and look, they're trying to say, The commentary on masculinity is surprisingly poignant, and Bros is so hilarious that it should have found success. Should have. Uh-huh. And then there's this movie, The Fablements. Now, Steven Spielberg saying, I'm going to make my life a film. The hubris, right? Seriously? Are you that arrogant to just think that your life is just so awesome that you're going to make a movie about it? And this is going to be one of those Oscar bait films where it might win a bunch of awards, but no one has seen it. And I've noticed in the last 10 years, that's how it's been for the Oscars, because the Oscars just don't matter anymore. They just don't. This women talking trash. So this was about some, like, M2 stuff. And it's not very smart that they did this. And I think that it came out right when Johnny Depp had his victory, right? So that's not smart, obviously. That's never a good thing. And who's going to see this? This is depressing. Anyways, it's like there's people sitting in a room with money and they just want to flush it all down the toilet. So, Ambulance, I didn't see this. I'm not the biggest Jake Gyllenhaal fan, but Michael Bay directed this. I think that this is on streaming now, so I'll watch it. But this is not the type of movie that I would have saw in the theater. And Michael Bay after Transformers, not for me. But this is more of like a streaming / Netflix film. So the fact that they thought that something like this would make a whole bunch of money is kind of odd. Now, The Northman, I think that this one belongs here. I haven't seen this yet, but everyone that I know loved it, who saw it. Everyone I know who saw it loved it. And also, too, the woke crowd was like, oh, there's, Caucasian supremacist stuff in here. And it's like, dude, they're Vikings. What kind of imagery is supposed to be? They're supposed to be white because they're Vikings. I'm black and I'm saying that. What are you talking about? Where's the diversity in this? I almost went and saw it in the theater just because all the woke people were trying to trash this film. But I plan on watching this soon. But yeah, there's no real way that something this dark and gritty could have made a lot of money. Now, this was the biggest bomb, I think, in recent movie history. I think it only made $2.2 million in this time in the theater. And guys, no one cares about this HW stuff anymore. And it sucks because Andre Braugher's in this. He's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which sucks that he was in this. But yeah, no one cares about journalists unless it's Woodward and what's his name, the Watergate guys, but no one cares. And look, they're saying she said had a wide rollout at the beginning. It had one of the lowest per screen averages of the year. So it was just trash, absolute garbage. Now this 3,000 Years of Longing, I never even saw any of the previews for this, so I don't even know what this is. Because I don't know, guys. Who is this for? What is this? You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't look like anything that a person, that any of us working people would take time out of our lives to watch. So, now Nicolas Cage, I mean, he's such a meme at this point that any of his films that are going to be good are going to have to be a new national treasure. Everything else, if it is good, is going to be either like a streaming hit or some type of from home hit. But there's no way anything that Nicolas Cage is going to do is going to be a huge box office smash. Unless he does what some of those other actors do, and that takes a role as a junkie or like some person who abuses kids. I mean, that's what these actors always do. just take some role as those two or some serial killer. You know what I'm saying? What else is on here? Armageddon time. I don't even know, man. Like I don't even know what this is. I mean, look at this stuff. How are these supposed to make money? They're asking why they bombed. Armageddon time was a year. Da da da. Experiences with discrimination and class issues during the 1980s. Do we really need anything more about discrimination and ist and phobes at this point? Escapism's a real thing. There's a reason why, like, even this last phase four of Marvel films, as bad as they were, people went to go and see it because we're tired of seeing all this everyday politics stuff in our films. And then this Fantastic Beast is on here, guys. I saw the first one. Hell, I forget it. This is number 3. I saw the first one. I barely remember part 2. And this one was gonna be a complete mess. I mean, come on, Johnny Depp, he was supposed to be in it. And they dropped it right during the Johnny Depp end of Fiasco, right? So there's no way that this was gonna make the money that they thought it was going to make. No way. So, I mean, and then plus, guys, you look at Marvel, right? Doctor Strange, trash. Thor, trash. What else came out this year? Yeah, they were just garbage, man. I mean, this 2022 was a terrible year, and a lot of these movie studios are figuring out that all this woke pandering, lecturing, making films for audiences that don't exist or are so small or are proud of not spending money or showing up to consume because they don't believe in capitalism is not going to get them anywhere. So, all right, you guys, let me know what you think 2023 is going to be for film and streaming and stuff. Let me know some of the other box office bombs or shows that were just trash. So, for instance, that Halo show, that was trash. Rings of Power, trash. That Witcher show, trash. Let me know if there's any ones that I missed. All right, you guys, this is AJ. Appreciate you. I'll try and do more pop culture reviews in the future. I'm out of here.